Now you have complete vindication for the network coming in from the Punjab and Haryana High Court, where Justice Massey has questioned as to why the police detained all three of them, saying it is illegal, and also has given them a bail. Remember, Bhavana was already out on bail. And let me go back across to Shivani. Shivani, any more updates? I was asking you earlier about what is going to be the way forward from now, because Mritunjay, our camera person, he's neither been accused under the SC/ST Act nor has been found guilty or anywhere close to it for rash driving. He wasn't even driving in this case. He was picked up. For 3 days he has been detained. What next for him as well as our driver, who are currently in jail?
See, very important out here is the remark of not only the court here, but also the government lawyer, who is admitting that there was no role of the VJ and the driver, and then why were they arrested and why still they remain behind bars. So this is a big question that the government lawyer is himself putting on the government and the Punjab Police. So what next is expected is an order from the court on the bail of Mritunjay and Parminder, who are behind the bars, and this whole case is now very importantly indicating that how whole network was targeted just for exposing a certain political party, and how after Operation Sheesh Mahal, our reporters have been targeted at various locations, various places and programs. And in Ludhiana on 5th of May, when our team arrived for coverage and to ask questions to Arvind Kejriwal, how the whole case was planted and how they were slapped with this fake FIR with all the fake charges, which had no basis at all of the sections that have been put in the FIR. So the court is also observing, court is also making strong remarks and asking questions, very tough questions, which the Punjab government and the police will have to answer now. And the Advocate General is not present today in the court. The Advocate General was present yesterday in Justice Deepak Sibbal's bench, but today he is not there. Some other advocate is representing the Punjab government, and the lawyer from the Punjab government himself is saying that there was no role of VJ Mritunjay and no role of the driver. So why they have been put behind bars, why they have not been granted another important update out here is that the court says that I'm going to give them interim relief, and then they can approach to the concerned court for regular bail. So now some positive indication from the court is coming that VJ Mritunjay also and Parminder, the driver, will also, they might also get interim relief in this whole matter, as Bhavana was given an interim relief on 6th of May. So very soon we expect an order from the court, and the hearing is going on, but certainly very strong remarks from the court have come and questions which the Punjab government and the Punjab Police will have to answer now, that what was the reason why VJ Mritunjay, who had no role in this whole case, and the driver also, they were put behind bars for so long. Since Friday they have been inside jail, Ludhiana Central Jail. So a very tough situation for the Punjab government and the police of Punjab.
And certainly many questions that the Punjab Police, the Punjab government has to now answer. Thank you for that, Shivani. Bhavtosh, isn't it? And that's exactly what was said by the High Court while granting interim relief to Bhavana as well. And now the court itself says, why is it that all three of them were not released? What is the reason? None of those questions, remember, in public domain have also been answered by the Aam Aadmi Party when Times Now continued to fight for Bhavana and two others in this very case. We continue to ask them as to whether or not this was a result of the expose on part of Times Now on Operation Sheesh Mahal. None of that has been answered, but they'll have to answer the courts now.
Christine, remember on Sunday there were top leaders of Aam Aadmi Party who in fact took on to social media on Twitter, who were in fact saying that if there is no charge against Bhavana, then why bail is not being given to her. Will they come on Twitter, on social media, and ask for give an apology? Remember, the very fact the Advocate General was not present in the High Court is an admission of guilt. Fake cases, fake charges, trumped-up charges were put only to make sure that bail is not given to Bhavana, to our video journalist Mritunjay, as well as to driver Parminder. They had to in fact spend 4 days behind bars. That's a very big punishment for an offence they never ever committed. They went to cover an assignment. They had no idea who the complainant, alleged complainant, is in this case. Now in the court, in the High Court before Justice Massey, the lawyer had to admit that that they are innocent. In a way, they are innocent. Will Punjab government, for that matter, Aam Aadmi Party, today apologize the fact that Mritunjay and the driver had to spend nearly 4 days behind bars in Ludhiana Central Jail, where there are hardened criminals, where there are terrorists who are lost? Will Punjab Police, Punjab government, Bhagwant, Mann, Arvind, Kejriwal, for that matter, even Atishi, Sanjay Singh apologize for the fact that our video journalists and others had to, in fact, go through a ordeal, mental harassment that they had to suffer?
Absolutely. So the court comes down heavily on the Punjab Police, in fact asks all of those questions on why is it that, you know, our video journalist Mritunjay, also the driver Parminder, why were they even held in the first place? Given that none of those charges were leveled against them, there was no case, Bhavtosh, made of the SC/ST Act against Mritunjay. So why was this kind of an action taken place against the two of them? And now the court also hinting at the fact that they're going to give them interim relief, and that Bhavana and the others too can approach the concerned court for regular bail, Bhavtosh.
Yes, sir, that's what the High Court has said. First, one has to see what the written order. These are just observation that has happened inside the courtroom. The very fact that there is no Advocate General means that somewhere Punjab government as well as Aam Aadmi Party have realized that they have committed a mistake. But again, the question that Times Now is asking is will anyone for that matter apologize to the mental harassment and ordeal that video journalist Mritunjay as well as the driver has suffered? Remember, this is a prison that in prison in a central jail, our video journalist as well as our driver had to spend 4 days. It's not an easy task to be lodged in prison, and then the kind of statement that were being made by some top leaders of Aam Aadmi Party when they took on to Twitter. Having said that, the very fact that the Advocate General was not present in the courtroom and the government lawyer was in fact making statements clearly shows that somewhere Punjab Police have realized that this case would not stand in any court of law, whether it's trial court, whether it's sessions court, or for that matter in the High Court. In fact, Justice Massey also said that some kind of interim relief will be given to video journalists as well as to driver. But having said that, one has to wait and see what would be the final order. But we are hoping at Times Network that as soon as possible our video journalist Mritunjay as well as driver Parminder are released and they immediately come out of Ludhiana Central Jail.
Absolutely. So the court says at the moment, looks like the court is in favor of the interim bail to the two who continue to remain in jail. We're talking about our video journalist and also the driver in this case. And the judge says that the court cannot be a mere spectator. Very, very important what is being said by the judge here in this case, Bhavtosh, isn't it? Because, you know, we are keeping in mind what was said by the court while interim bail was granted to Bhavana, but now the court is saying, given the circumstances around this, why was the same not applied to the remaining two, to our video journalist and the driver in the case?
Yes, Christine, some more important updates that are coming from inside the High Court, where our Punjab Bureau Chief Gurpreet Cheena is there. Most important, the court, Justice Massey has observed, in fact, he's saying that court says arresting them is not fair. That's very important. In fact, we should put out that flash that the High Court has said the arresting was in fact not fair. It is completely unfair. The court has further said the issue needs to be dealt by framing of guidelines. In fact, to prevent a repeat of what had happened with the Mritunjay, with Bhavana, with Parminder, the High Court had said that there should be framing of guidelines so that this incident, this ordeal and mental harassment should not be faced by anyone. Bhavana's lawyer has also said cameraman is not involved in this entire. Why is he still in the custody? Mritunjay, as we have been saying, has been illegally arrested. He was sent to judicial custody, and for past 3 to 4 days, he has remained behind bars for an offence which he did not even commit. Leave aside being involved in rash and negligent driving causing simple hurt, he never even uttered a word. what happened today early in the morning was they were again trying to take some time, delay this entire matter. They said that they want quashing of the FIR. So that's the way in Punjab government, for that matter, Aam Aadmi Party is dealing. They want to harass our reporters, our crew members, so that they can send a signal, they can put a fear among us that this story of Operation Sheesh Mahal is not it, and the splurge that has happened by allegedly by Arvind Kejriwal should not be it, and this matter somehow is buried by putting our reporters, our journalists and drivers behind bars.
It's very key what the court is maintaining, what the judge has been saying. Stay on with us, Bhavtosh. We continue to put out some of those details coming in from inside the court. Court saying that the offences were bailable. They should have been, they should be made aware to all. In fact, Bhavana's lawyer at that moment came out to say that they were taken to duty magistrate and not a designated court. The court thereafter says that they should have been immediately released. Very, very important observation made by the court. Also asking as to why the other two were arrested, given that this case was not made out against them. The AG is also not present in the court, and that's also most questionable amidst all of this, amidst the kind of arguments that we're learning of. Why is it that the AG is not present inside the court today, Bhavtosh? Because yesterday the AG was very much present, was very much presenting the Punjab Police's case. Now the court comes out to say that the issue needs to be dealt by framing guidelines, to which Bhavana's lawyer also says the camera person is not involved in the case. Why is he in custody? At the moment, looks like the court is viewing at giving and also the driver Parminder in this case, but the absence of the AG is also most questionable amidst all of this. Bhavtosh.
Well, yes, that's for AG to answer, and that's for the Punjab administration government to answer why he was not present. But if you just look at what has happened on Saturday and then again on Monday and today, it clearly shows that there is a late realization on the part of the government and someone in the legal department that this case would not stand if it drags further. Having said that, these are just observations, Christine. We have to wait for the final order. But one of the important points that have been raised by Justice Masi is one, framing of guidelines so that such incidents are not repeated in future. Somewhere the court is observing that what has been faced by Bhavana as well as by Mritunjay and Parminder is something that is completely illegal. It is also infringing human rights of an individual when they had not committed any crime. Because